execution. So I'm going to have Jessica come on up. We're going to perform basically a way of progressing movements before you add more intensity of the vibration. So the first thing we're going to do is start with a squat progression. So Jessica's going to do a basic squat. We're going to get her, she can either face in or out, depending on your client. Just in a basic squat. And then from here, once the client is done that for a period of time, depending on whether it's a dynamic or static, and before we progress, maybe this is on a perceived exertion, maybe this is a 5 or 6, and we want to intensify it, but before we go back to the machine and add more force, we want to then progress other movements first. So the next thing we're going to do as a progression from the basic squat is a squat with an upper body movement. So I'm going to have Jessica grab hold of the right handle, and we're just going to incorporate a basic curl. So it's the same squat pattern, both legs on there. Now we're going to include a dual cable row. So this is going to add a little bit more tension in her legs because she's focusing on her upper body. We're incorporating more muscle fibers, more activities. Heart rate's going to go up, and it's much more of an intense workout. So we go from a basic squat to a squat with upper body movement. Okay, next. So we go from dual to unilateral, so we're going to go to a single leg squat. So progression goes from 2 to 2 with upper body to 1. So we're just going to have Jessica go into a single leg squat, chest up. Depending on the movement pattern, it's entirely up to you, whether it's static or dynamic. I'm going to have her just do a dynamic single leg squat. Much more difficult because now we're putting full body weight on just one leg. And we still haven't intensified the vibration yet. And then finally, the last thing we're going to do is the fourth movement pattern is a single leg squat with an upper body movement. So I'm going to have Jessica grab hold of the cable. She's going to be on her right leg. She's going to have her left leg up, and then she's going to incorporate a shoulder press. Now, whatever movement you do with your upper body is entirely up to you. What we're just trying to demonstrate is that we go from a movement progression from 2 to a single limb with another movement of the upper body, all before we intensify the vibration. Great, thank you very much. So, movement execution. It's the most important thing to do for your client is to challenge the execution before you intensify the vibration.